Hello and welcome back to Football Manager. We have now made it to the FA Cup quarter-final, but we are playing the league leaders, who are clear by a solid 5 points on the previous winners of the Premier League. But, going back to ourselves, we are in 7th place, which is a position, as you can see, one hell of a rise up the league. But this position we're in now will qualify us for the European Conference League. The FA Cup, if we get past Arsenal, we're playing Liverpool, Man United or Chelsea. I don't want any of those teams. I was hoping that West Brom or Wolves would have won their game. They didn't, clearly. So, yeah. We're hoping to go into this game and win, obviously. You hope to win every game. But I'm expecting defeat in this game because it is Arsenal, of course. Big news, Cadu, our Brazilian right back, is leaving. He is joining Olympique Marseille for a £1.7 million deal because he was just getting too annoyed at not playing, despite the fact that he has played a fair number of games. So, can't help it. Unfortunately, you just can't help it. So, yeah, we're going to go into this game attacking because I'm hoping that we can catch Arsenal, with them not quite respecting us as much. And hopefully with this, we should get a couple goals here and there, maybe. So, let's just say we of Arsenal. Let's go get revenge. Because why not? And within the first minute, Arsenal have an attack. Reece Bell now with the ball, loses out to Nato actually. Roberto Lopez picks the ball up and runs it forward. Crosses it over to Johnson on the right wing, gets past the defender. Now inside the box. Tries a cross but it's blocked by Arsenal and then cleared for Arsenal to have another attack. And Dembele gets it straight into our box, shoots but it is straight into the waiting gloves of Pablo Turgeman. I've also come to the realisation that's probably not actually Turgeman, because he's Argentinian. It's probably something completely different with the G and the E together. It's probably like an A sound rather than a J sound. But as far as I'm concerned, as an English speaker with English dialect, I will pronounce it Turgeman because until I'm told otherwise, that's how I'll pronounce it. I think that's just how it's going to have to go. So 20 minutes down, we are holding our own, which is good to see. Another thing is, all of their teams seems to be fairly low on condition compared to ours. Although now they've got another attack going. Bayering plays it to White, now to Torreira, crosses it in, and Ogden's header is wide of the post, thankfully. But as I was saying, all of their players are sub-90 condition, apart from the goalkeeper, which makes sense. The goalkeeper, you wouldn't really expect that to go down very much. Doyle now the ball, plays it straight to Smith Rowe as if he's playing on the same team. This isn't the under-23s, you should not be doing that. While comparing it to our team, the majority of our team are in the upper 80s admittedly, but they didn't start anywhere near as low as the Arsenal team. We're going to ask for some passion going into the last third of this half, because maths, a third of a half, yeah, sure. We've got a throw in now, Kelvin with a very long throw into the box, but it's caught out of the air by the French goalkeeper, Alfonso Areola. Holds it up, plays it long, looking for Dembele. He does reach him, and then Reece Bell gets straight behind us and shoots, but thankfully saved by our Argentinian goalkeeper, Pablo Turgeman. Torreira now with the ball, crosses it in from the corner kick. Against the far post, but it's headed away cleanly by Tuanzebe. Smith Rowe now with the ball, gets it back into the box, but it's headed away by Tuanzebe. Very poorly done by the defenders, but thankfully Dembele's shot is over the bar. Number 17 really needs to work on his headering there, because he clearly did not do well. But with the time running out in the first half, it ends 0-0. And we're going to make two changes. The first change is Glazen is coming off for Louis Barry. You may think, well, why are you doing that? He plays at right wing. I'm swapping over Dennis Johnson onto the right wing. because that is his natural position, and he'll be an inverted winger. And we'll have Louis Barry as an attacking inverted winger on the other side. So effectively we've got 3 attacking centre midfielders with Alvaro up front. And yeah, the only change we're going to need to make, I think, at this point. Passionately, I'm going to say if we can get a goal, we are favourites to win, because we're holding our own in terms of, our abilities. Alvaro now with the ball, plays it out wide to Johnson. Johnson holds it up, gets it to Sahajovic, who gets tackled by Reece Bell but picks the ball back up again. Then Johnson plays the ball into Doyle. Doyle runs it forward, gets it over the top looking for Barry, and I'm not even sure what the purpose of that header was, because he really should have just chased the ball down and got the ball into a squared position for Alvaro. But Roberto Lopez picks the ball up now. Plays it in the middle for Doyle, now forward to Barry. Barry looking to run into the box now, gets it into the box, looking to square it, I assume, but instead gets tackled. Kelvin now with the ball, plays it back, looking for Doyle, finds him, now to Roberto Lopez. And Johnson is offside. You don't even have to tell me he's offside, because I know he's offside. Which is annoying, again. It just seems to be the running pattern of Football Manager at the minute, is just frustration. Also, that shouldn't have been offside, because the Arsenal player was the last player to touch it in an attempted pass to the defence. Alvarez heads it clear to Tierney. Now Tierney plays it forward to Emile Smith-Rowe, gets it straight past to Kelvin, then plays it into Bellerin, who plays it forward to Dembele, who shoots, but Turgeman makes the save. We're going to ask them for creativity. They've brought on Jack Grealish. He's taken this corner, actually. Swings it in at the far post, and thankfully the header from Dembele is caught out of the air by Turgeman. At this rate, it looks like we're going to go to an extra time. But given the fact that they are continuously peppering our goal with shots, I'm not actually expecting that to happen. We're going to make our next change probably about the 65th, 70th minute, I think, depending on whether or not either team has scored. But now Arsenal with the ball with their goalkeeper, rolls it short to Asia, plays it in the middle to Alvarez, plays it over the top looking for Smith-Rowe, finds him. Smith-Rowe now getting to the edge of our box, but is tackled very well by Kelvin, who then chases back only to be beaten with the cross, and Moussa Dembele scores for Arsenal because for some reason Eduardo cannot defend in this game. I don't know why he can't defend in this match, but he just can't. So we're going to bring Sahajovic off now for Naldino, getting him another game. I know Salah would probably be the better option, but I think Naldino at this point is probably better because of his morale more than anything. And yeah, we're going to give him a team talk, just say that we're not expecting much. We'll just say we've got faith in him. Pretty much that's all we need to worry about. But after 60 minutes, Arsenal do make the breakthrough. And we'll skip this just so we can get through to the actual match restarting again. So after 60 minutes, Arsenal make the breakthrough, of course. Arsenal now with the ball from the goal kick. Grealish now chasing it. Gets it past Dennis Johnson. Holds the ball up, plays it back to Bellerin. Bellerin crosses the ball in to Grealish, who makes the final cross. And I don't know what the hell Turgeman was doing there, but it was atrociously poor. It looked like he was trying to header the ball clear when he's got his own gloves he can use to punch the ball or palm the ball clear. Grealish crossing the ball in, and I don't know what even was that from Turgeman. I mean, for one thing, the defenders did terribly as well. They should have got straight in to try and stop that ball from even getting into the box, but they didn't do anything. Another free kick for Arsenal. This time Barry picks the ball up, but then loses out to an injured Kieran Tierney. But his clearance is poor, and it falls to Alvaro, who slots it home just to the side of the goalkeeper, and does give us hope in this match that we can pull something back. That was very poor from Louis Barry though, but thankfully with the header on from Dennis Johnson, Alvaro did slot the ball home. And after 71 minutes, Arsenal only lead 2-1. And annoyingly, that praise has actually overwhelmed them, leading to possibly a chance at Arsenal getting a goal themselves. Guendouzi now back to Gibbs-White. Back to Guendouzi, plays it out wide, finding Hector Bellerin. Crossing it in the middle now, and Turgeman makes a very nice diving save. Turgeman plays it long, looking for Dennis Johnson. Doesn't find him. Grealish now with the ball. And plays it over the top, finding Reece Bell. Plays it into the middle, finding the head of Eduardo, I think that was. And Roberto Lopez plays out wide for Naldino. Naldino holds it up just around the halfway line. Plays it all the way back, looking for Tuanzebe, but it was an atrocious pass. And Reece Bell thankfully gets his shot wide of the post. He really should have played that back to a nearer player like Johnson, rather than going to play all the way back to Tuanzebe. We asked for some creativity for the last 10 minutes. It's looking likely it's going to be a 2-1 defeat here, which is unfortunate, of course, but these things obviously were expected to happen. This is Arsenal, of course. We are Millwall. We're not supposed to beat Arsenal. And 1 minute stoppage time left. It is all over. Arsenal have defeated Millwall 2-1, and I can't fault them. I can't. They did well. Well, some of them did well. Eduardo was atrocious for some reason. He just did not know how to defend in that game. So, yeah. But the next game is Norwich, so ignore the Italy game here. We're not playing that on camera. It's just that the FA Cup quarter-final was too far gone from the Everton game, so we had to go on instead to the Norwich game, which, if you ask me, is actually further away, but it's fine. It's fine. So we unfortunately do lose in the quarter-final, but given that we were only supposed to get to the 5th round, and the fact that we just lost to Arsenal, I think they can understand. According to them, it's actually concerning that we lost to Arsenal 2-1, but I'm still an A on performance, so that's all fine. We're doing fine in terms of money. Carabao Cup could have done better. They are delighted with our position currently in the Premier League, which is nice, and we are on course with terms of working within wage budget. We are signing high reputation players, and we're playing a high tempo passing football, so that's pressing football, not passing, so that's good. Direct football, that's not really important. As you can see, it's just favoured, not that important. So, yeah. But, as I mentioned, going forward, the Norwich game is next on the calendar, the 5th of April. So, yeah. We'll play that match next on Monday then. So, until then, I bid thee adieu. Goodbye.